What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about the 5 main roadblocks that you might encounter on your way to financial independence. And to help us with this topic, we have Chris from the channel Chronicle Living. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hey guys, thank you Better Man Project for having me over. I run a very similar channel called Chronicle Living that's aiming to improve your lifestyle with fun animation videos. So, have you ever wondered about the individuals who became financially successful if they ever had to face roadblocks? Well, of course, the answer is yes. Many of times these roadblocks are negative obstacles you see commonly throughout life. Let's take a look at 5 negative life obstacles that can stump your growth to success, preventing you to move forward not just in wealth building, but in many areas in your life. Fear. You're not gonna believe this, but the fear of losing money not only affects the average person, but it also affects the rich. Everyone has it. It's not having fear that is the problem. It's how you handle the fear. The primary difference between a rich person and a poor person is how they manage that fear. For example, in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert's real dad, aka Poor Dad, has a very big fear of losing money. He was that type that played everything too safe. I mean, come on man, seriously. Robert's rich dad says, "This is the greatest reason of poor dad's lack of financial success." He also said, "People are so afraid of losing that they lose." Think about it. How you handle fear is how you handle losing. It's how you handle failure that makes the difference in one's life. When you first learn to ride a bike, you'll without a doubt fall down many times. Eventually you'll learn and catch on. Notice how a win in life comes after a collection of losses. Robert Kyosaki said that he has never met someone rich who has never lost money. So, if you have the dreams of financial freedom but you're too afraid to make a move for the possibility of failing, then your first question should be, how do I respond to failure? You need to know that building any assets is a game in which attitude plays a major role in it. There's of course risk in those, but what all determines your end results is how you can turn failures as an inspiration to become even more as a winner.
Cynicism. Have you ever seen the movie Chicken Little, where he goes around yelling, "The sky is falling," and creates panic throughout the city? As Robert Kyosaki says, we all have a Chicken Little in all of us. That little voice that makes us doubt ourselves, be skeptical, or afraid of opportunity. This little voice paralyzes a lot of people from actually taking action. I mean, you probably know that you're a great writer, but you're afraid of what other people might say. You might be an awesome filmmaker, but you don't start a YouTube channel because you might fear your friends criticizing you. You might want to start a business, but you're afraid it won't work, so then you don't. And you stay exactly in the same place as you were last year. As Kyosaki says, doubts are expensive. Doubts keep people poor. See, sometimes we let these emotions of fear paralyze us. Then we start criticizing to justify our inactions. We start saying, "Oh, this doesn't work. This is just a bunch of lies." But yet, we haven't even tried anything. We go with emotions rather than logic. The one who criticizes does not analyze. The world is filled with Chicken Littles that keep putting doubts on others. If you start a business and your neighbor tells you, "Man, starting a business is risky," did you know that 5 out of 10 businesses fail within the first 5 years? And then you start doubting yourself. You tell yourself, "That's true, what if I fail? Am I really ready for this?" Think about this. At 66, Colonel Sanders was turned down 1,009 times to sell his chicken recipe before one said yes. And then KFC happened. So if you are feeling a little afraid or in doubt, do what Sanders did to his little chicken. He fried it.
Laziness. There are people that are too busy to take care of their wealth as well as their health. The cause is the same. They're busy and they stay busy as a way of avoiding something they do not want to face. This reminds me of high school and college when I had to complete a project or an essay and I would avoid doing them until the last day because of the thought of actually doing it was unpleasant. But instead of confronting the assignments, I would get busy with something else. What's surprising is the general population will do the exact same thing with their inner desire for building and achieving wealth. Deep down, they know they're avoiding something important because instead of putting the effort and hard work to get further ahead to achieve their dreams, they instead get busy with something else like watching TV, fishing, playing golf, or shopping. This is the most common form of laziness. Laziness by staying busy. But guess what? Letting this negative obstacle to control your future will get you to fall behind after you're doing your busy things, and once you realize that, guilt can start to seep in. But don't worry, there is a cure for this, and that is a little greed. Without a little greed, the desire to have something better, progress is not made. Think about it. Our world progresses because we all desire something better. Too much greed, however, isn't good at all. But as Rich Dad would say, guilt is worse than greed, for guilt robs the body of its soul. Like, ask yourself, what would my life be like if I never had to work again? What would I do if I had all the money I needed? How can I afford not to work again? You see, these questions were asked by today's wealthiest people because in the past, it's what they had desired.
Bad habits. One of the main things that reflect our financial life more than our education is our habits. I mean, we can all read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad or watch great information videos, but how many of us actually put all the knowledge into practice every day? Think about it. Every time you get a paycheck, for example, what is the first thing you do? Do you go spend money? Do you go have a nice dinner or go to the movie theater? Do you pay your bills first, or do you pay yourself first? The habits we have and the actions we take define our financial life and how we live overall. So question, what are some of the habits that you want to start to better your financial life?
Arrogance. Have you ever heard of the saying, ignorance is bliss? Unfortunately, with money, ignorance is never bliss. A common issue among many is they use arrogance to hide their ignorance. How so? Well, being arrogant will lead you to believe that what you don't know is not important. When you lack knowledge about something in the real world of money, finances, and investment, it will hurt you in the long run. For example, if you lack the proper knowledge about hidden fees when you're investing into mutual funds, you will be stepping on them like landmines. So be prepared to lose money from an angle that you weren't aware of. So how does the rich handle this obstacle? Simple. When you realize you've been arrogant, which is again trying to hide your ignorance about a subject, just start educating yourself. Find someone who's an expert in this field, or read and learn from a book and go into depth about the subject.
As always guys, thank you for watching. Big thanks to Chronicle Living for joining us today and animating this video. He's got an awesome channel, awesome videos, so definitely check him out. And I will see you in the next video.